You are now unmuted.
Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss the National Daily Analysis and UPSC topic analysis. So the topic that we have selected today are very important for the prelims and for the mains examination. Okay, so on this day, like on 22nd of October 2020, we are going to analyze some important topics for the prelims and for the mains examination. So the first topic that we are going to understand is the human cost of disasters report. Okay, the human cost of disaster report. And after that we will understand about the China opposes India Taiwan trade ties. Okay, so we will look into detail about this particular topic, like it is a important topic for the mains examination. Then we have Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project. Then we will understand about the geoglyphs. Then we will learn about the online justice delivery. Okay, these are the 5 topics that we will analyze today. Okay, so let us quickly go to the first topic, which is the human cost of disasters report. Okay, so let us see why this particular report was in news. Okay, the human cost of disasters report 2020 to 2000 2000 to 2019. Okay, so why it was in news? The United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, its name is UNDRR, in short it is known as UNDRR. So the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction recently published its report titled The Human Cost of Disasters. Okay, so UNDRR has published a report, its name is The Human Cost of Disasters, and they have published a report for almost 2 decades, like for 20 years period. So they have analyzed what is the human cost of disasters, and it is published by this particular organization. I have included a logo of this United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction. It is very important for prelims exam that you should be remembering the name of the report and the organization that releases this particular report. Okay, name of the report and the organization that releases. So having understood this thing, let us understand what are the key takeaways of this particular report. Okay, so they talk about the major disaster events. Okay, between 2000 and 2019, they said, like, out of the major disasters that have happened between 2000 and 2019, 7,348 people 7,348 major disaster events have occurred between this time period, and it has claimed lives affecting 4.2 billion people. Okay, so this is the thing, and costing the global economy some $2.97 trillion. So these are the some key takeaways. These are not that important for the exam as such directly, but some of the important issues are that they have analyzed how the disaster cost the lives of human beings, and they have talked about that China has lost maximum lives, and they had maximum number of events, means disasters. Okay, China 577 events, US 467 events, followed by India. Okay, so India is at 3rd place. At the first place we have China, then US, and then India. And climate change is to be blamed for doubling the natural disasters in the past 20 years, says the report. Like, in the past 20 years, what is the main cause of doubling the natural disasters? The main cause is climate change. Okay, and there has also been an increase in the geophysical events like earthquakes and tsunamis that are not related to climate but are particularly deadly. Okay, these like earthquake and tsunamis, they are not directly associated with the climate, but the thing is, like, they are particularly deadly. So once earthquake strikes somewhere, so it claims a huge number of lives. So many people die because of earthquake and tsunamis. So these are the disasters on which the climate change has very little impact, but the thing is, once these disasters impact, they claim huge number of lives. Okay, so having understood this thing, let us understand about the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction. Okay, so we will understand about this body that releases the human cost of disasters report. The UNDRR was established in 1999 as a dedicated secretariat to facilitate the implementation of the International Strategy for Disaster Reduction. Okay, so it facilitates the implementation of the International Strategy for Disaster Reduction, ISDR, and it is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. Okay, it is mandated to serve as the focal point in the United Nations system for the coordination of disaster reduction and to ensure synergies among the disaster reduction activities. It has a vision of to substantially reduce disaster risk and losses for sustainable future, with the mandate to act as the custodian of the Sendai framework, to which India is a signatory. Okay, when we talk about Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction, so this particular body, which is United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, it is a custodian for implementation of the Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction, and India is a signatory to this particular framework. Okay, Sendai framework to disaster risk reduction. If you want to learn more about this particular report, you can click on this link, which will take you to the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction. You can download this particular report also to understand more about it. Okay, so this is all that you have to learn. Okay, with reference to prelims examination of UPSC. And having understood this, let us understand the next topic for the day. Okay, we will understand the next topic, which is China opposes India-Taiwan trade ties. Okay, China opposes India-Taiwan trade ties. So we will understand why China is opposing India-Taiwan trade ties. Okay, so why it was in news? Because China has objected to the official exchanges between India and Taiwan. As you know, recently some disputes are going on between India and China because of some of the territory in the northern portion of India. So the thing is, the ties between India and China is not at good terms at this point of time. So, and the thing is, the relation between China and Taiwan is also not that good. Okay, China claims Taiwan to be its own territory, but Taiwan asserts that it is an independent nation. Okay, so Taiwan asserts that it is an independent nation, and there are 16 countries worldwide that recognizes Taiwan as an independent country. But at the same time, China is a member of the United Nations organization, and it is a member of the P5, like permanent 5 of the United Nations Security Council. At the same time, Taiwan is not recognized. Taiwan is not a member of the United Nations system. Okay, this is the thing. Now what happens, the people of Taiwan, Taiwan has an independent government. Okay, independent government in their own territory, and they rule over that particular territory. And Taiwan is Taiwan is one of the 5th largest economies in Southeast Asia. Okay, but it is a very small territory when we talk about the landmass. So recently India and Taiwan had some some official linkages related to trade, and this particular official linkage is being objected by China. This is being objected by China. So that's why it is very important for us to understand what is the relation between China and Taiwan, and what is the relation between India and China and India and Taiwan. Okay, so this is a diplomatic triangle we can understand. But one thing it is very important for us to understand, that India and Taiwan do not have official diplomatic ties. Okay, we do not have official diplomatic ties with Taiwan, and at the same time India is not one of those 16 countries. India is not one of those 16 countries that considers Taiwan as an independent country. But recently we had some trade ties with Taiwan, and which is being objected by China now. Okay, so we will look into the details of this particular report now. Okay, so Okay, so let us understand what is China-Taiwan relations. Okay, what are China's claims? Okay, China is officially known as the People's Republic of China. Okay, China is officially known as the People's Republic of China. It views the island as a province. Okay, it views the island. When we talk about the island as a province, okay, it views Taiwan as a province, while in Taiwan, a territory with its own democratically elected government. Like leading political voices have differing views on the island's status and the relations with the mainland. Okay, when we talk about China and Taiwan maintain fragile relationships, which has improved during the past 7 years but is periodically tested. Okay, and China follows a policy which is known as One China policy. Under this, China considers that China, the big territory over here that I have shown you in the map, this is the China. Okay, this is the map of China. Okay, and this is the map of Taiwan. So China follows One China policy. So under One China policy, what it considers that China, which is officially known as the People's Republic of China, and Taiwan, which is officially known as Republic of China. So their official names vary. Okay, China and Taiwan. China officially is known as People's Republic of China. Taiwan is officially known as Republic of China. So the thing is, what we need to understand, that China considers that these two countries are one only. Okay, and China asserts that all other countries globally that wants to have some linkages with China, that wants to have some trade ties with China, so they have to officially recognize that Taiwan and China are one, they are not separate. And the thing is, those countries should not consider Taiwan as a separate country. Those countries should not consider Taiwan as a separate country. So China asserts One China policy, under which it promotes that like China and Taiwan are same, and those countries that want to have relations with China, they should not have any relation with Taiwan. So this is the thing. This is the official position of China. And at the same time, Taiwan is a small island territory that is very near to China. Okay, this is the thing. So let us understand what is India-Taiwan relation, like how India-Taiwan relation is there. So India and Taiwan do not maintain a formal diplomatic relations. Means like we do not have embassy in Taiwan, and Taiwan do not have an embassy in India. So like maintaining diplomatic relations means like one country needs to have its established embassies in the other territory. Okay, we may have consulates that deals with trade related things, but like diplomatic relations means like we may not consider passports of Taiwan as a passport of a particular country. This is the thing. So both sides have also expanded educational exchanges after a mutual degree recognition agreement in higher education. Okay, it was signed in 2010. Okay, so the thing is, India and Taiwan has had educational exchanges among them, and we had recognized mutual, like whatever degrees are offered in educational institutions in India, like BA, MA or Bachelor of Technology, those degrees will be recognized in Taiwan, and from Taiwan also, like people who acquired similar bachelor's degree, they will be recognized in India. So that was the official exchanges. Then if we talk about, like, Taiwan has for long been a world leader in high-tech hardware manufacturing and can contribute much to the Make in India, Digital India and Smart Cities campaign. Okay, so the thing is, Taiwan has long been a world leader in high-tech hardware. Okay, so the thing is, it is a technology driven economy. Okay, and the thing is, we do have various programs in India where we need help of Taiwan. Okay, in our Make in India, Digital India and Smart Cities campaigns. Okay, so if you want to read the current happenings related to this, you can follow this link from The Hindu, okay, to learn more about it. And we will now understand about Taiwan in detail. Okay, Taiwan in detail. So Taiwan is officially known as the People's Republic of the Republic of China. Taiwan is known as Republic of China, and it is home to 23 million people. Okay, 23 million people reside in Taiwan, and is an island of this southern coast of China. It is an island of the southern coast of China, and between China and Taiwan we have Taiwan Strait over there, and that has been governed independently from mainland China since 1949. Okay, since 1949 Taiwan has its own government, democratically elected government over there, and its neighbors include China, okay, Japan and Philippines. China, Japan and Philippines are the neighboring countries of Taiwan. Then Taiwan is the most populous state and is not a member of the United Nations. Okay, so Taiwan is the most populous state that is not a member of the United Nations and the largest economy outside the United Nations system. Okay, so when we talk about outside the United Nations system, there are various territories. Okay, various territories outside the United Nations system. So they are not members of the United Nations, but it does not mean like they are not countries. They may be countries also. So we may discuss about this like in our future discussions related to how a particular country is, you know, officially known as a country. Okay, for this thing we do have, you know, certain kind of international conventions. Under international law there is a principle, and in that principle there are 4 different criterias. Okay, if a particular country meets those criteria, so they can be officially recognized as a member of the United Nations system. Okay, then when we talk about Taiwan, so Taiwan is the Asia's 5th largest economy. Taiwan is the Asia's 5th largest economy. It is a global leader in chip manufacture and the 2nd largest manufacturer of IT hardware. IT means information technology. Okay, so this is all about this particular topic. Okay, so I had already shared a link. You can follow that link to learn more about that. Okay, then we will understand about Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project. Okay, we will understand about Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project, and before we go into detail about this particular lift irrigation project, we need to understand what do we mean by lift irrigation. Then we will understand where is Kaleshwaram located. Okay, and then we will understand why this particular topic was in news, what is the concern all about. Okay, so when we talk about lift irrigation project, what happens, like let's consider that there is a river that is flowing. Okay, there is a river that is flowing, and that river is, you know, flowing from a region that is low lying. And let's consider in the nearby area people are doing agricultural practices, but those area lies on like little bit elevated land. Okay, so the thing is, when those area would like to, you know, receive water from this particular river, so the thing is it becomes difficult for them to get those water. Okay, to get water from the river. So what is the option available with them? The option available with them is like, you know, have such a project that gives lift irrigation. Means under this project, what the, you know, Telangana government is doing, Telangana government will, you know, lift the water of the river to little higher elevated, higher elevation, and from there, you know, they will divert the water in the nearby agricultural fields. So what will happen, by lifting the water, we are giving those water to the nearby, agricultural fields for doing irrigation. Okay, for doing agricultural practices. So this is what we understand by lift irrigation. Then this Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project is located in the state of Telangana. Okay, and where does the water come in this particular river? The water comes from Godavari river. Okay, so the thing is, Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project is located in Godavari river, and Godavari river is a river in the peninsular India. So you can see I have included these rivers: Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, like that. Okay, so this is what we understand by lift irrigation. We have understood what do we mean by where is Kaleshwaram located. It is located in the state of Telangana, and this Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project is there in Godavari river. I have included a map also for you. And apart from this, like Godavari river was in itself in news multiple times because of river interlinking projects. Okay, river interlinking projects are being proposed, okay, by various departments that are looking after water. Okay, so now which rivers are going to be, interlinked? So the thing is, the government is trying to interlink the Godavari and Kaveri river. Okay, they are trying to link Godavari and Kaveri river. Why Godavari and Kaveri river, government is trying to link? Because what happens, a major portion of water, that flows through the Godavari river, it drains into the Bay of Bengal. So once that major portion of, water from this river drains into Bay of Bengal, so it is not going it is not giving us benefit, okay, of water from the Godavari river. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to divert this river water from the Godavari river to Kaveri river, so that this particular water can be used for some fruitful purposes like irrigation, like household use, and other purposes. Okay, so here this particular infographic that you can see, this talks about the river interlinking projects. So under this, what happens, the 1465 kilometer will be the length of the Godavari Kaveri river interlinking project. Godavari Kaveri river interlinking project, like it will have 1465 kilometers length, and apart from this 247 okay TMC of water is drawn from the Godavari river. Okay, after this 163 TMC okay is the share of the Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, and the rest would be given to Tamil Nadu. Okay, so the thing is, the water that is fetched from the Godavari river will be shared among 3 states. Okay, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh would get 163 TMC out of 247 TMC. Okay, and what it will do, this water, 3.38 lakh hectares of land in Tamil Nadu will get irrigation under this river interlinking project. So some information is mentioned in this particular slide. You can pause this video, okay, to learn more about this particular thing. Now let us move further and we will understand the current happenings about it. So as of now, what you have understood the meaning of lift irrigation. You have understood that this Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project is located on river Godavari, and this project in itself is localized in the state of Telangana. Okay, and apart from this, Godavari Kaveri river interlinking project has been in news for a long time. So the thing is, you need to have a deeper understanding about river interlinkings also. Okay, what are the benefits, what are pros, cons, and everything about river interlinking. So having understood this, we will understand why it was in news now. Okay, recently the National Green Tribunal, okay, NGT, has declared that the environmental clearances, okay, EC, granted to the Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project in Telangana was ex post facto, okay, granted and illegal. Okay, it was ex post facto and it was illegal. So now we will understand what is the role of NGT. So National Green Tribunal is a tribunal. So the thing is, the award of a particular tribunal is of civil nature. The thing is, tribunal acts as a civil court. So whatever decision they give, okay, those decisions have the force of a court of law. Okay, and this National Green Tribunal has been created after a direction from the Supreme Court of India. So it is one of the very authentic bodies and very high level bodies. So it has declared that the environmental clearances that has been granted to the Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project in Telangana, it was granted ex post facto. We will understand what do we mean by ex post facto. Okay, ex post facto simply means like government has already started doing a project and they have completed a substantial portion of that particular project. After finishing substantial portion, they have then given the environmental clearance. Okay, so that should not be the practice that should be followed. Like if we talk about like we do have environmental laws in India. Okay, we have Environmental Act 1986. Under that, post facto application, post facto environmental clearances were not allowed. But recently Government of India has come up with a new notification related to Environmental Protection Act in 2020 that allows for those post facto or environmental clearance after a substantial portion of the work is already done. So this is the thing. Okay, so NGT has said they have started doing work on the project a long ago, and after that in 2017 they have given ex post facto this thing, and that's why it is illegal. Okay, so that was the stand of the National Green Tribunal. So let us understand about Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project. Okay, it is a multi-purpose irrigation project on the Godavari river in Kaleshwaram. Okay, Bhopalpalli, Telangana. It was initiated in 2016. The project starts at the confluence point of Pranhita River and Godavari River. Okay, this particular project starts at confluence point. Confluence means where two rivers, coming from different directions, they merge together and they start following in the same direction. This is the meaning of the word confluence. Confluence means they are flowing in the same direction. Okay, after coming from different directions, they meet at a point and they start moving in the same direction. So the thing is, this particular project starts at the confluence point of Pranhita River and Godavari River. Originally it was called as Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Pranhita Chevalla Sujala Sravati project. Okay, like Sravanti project. So this is not that important information. Okay, in erstwhile Andhra Pradesh, it was redesigned, extended and renamed as Kaleshwaram project in Telangana in 2014. Okay, so this is all about the Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project. Okay, now I have included an infographic for you, so you can follow this infographic to understand more like what is written in the text. And if you want to learn about current happenings, like what are the feuds going on like related to Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project, you can click on this link related to the Indian Express to learn more about it. Okay, now let us move to the next topic for the day. And before that, I have included another like infographic. It is related to water transfer links or like interlinking of rivers in the peninsular India. Okay, so this is peninsular India. Okay, so here various river interlinking projects are going on, and so like one of the project is Mahanadi Godavari, then Godavari Krishna, Godavari Krishna, Godavari Krishna at various places, Krishna and Pennar River, Krishna and Pennar River at various places. Okay, then we have Pennar and Kaveri River, then we have Kaveri, Vegai and Gundar River, we have Ken Vetwa River, we have like Prabhati, Kali Sindh and Chambal River, we have Par, Tapi and Narmada River. Okay, then we have Daman Ganga and Pinjal River, then we have Beti and Varda River, we have Netravati and Hemavati River, then we have Pamba, then this Achan Kovil and Viper River. Okay, so these are the different river interlinking projects that are there in the peninsular India. Okay, so I had already discussed about the importance of the Godavari Kaveri river interlinking project. What is the aim? The aim is to save 1100 TMC, okay, feet of Godavari feet of Godavari water going waste into the sea. The cost of the project is around 60,000 crore rupees. Okay, surplus water will be taken from the from this Akianpalli barrage on the Godavari, and it will be transferred to the Nagarjun Sagar project in the Krishna basin. Okay, from there water will be transferred to Somasila Dam in Pennar basin and Grand Anicut in the Kaveri basin. So these are related information. You can follow that link that I had already shared to understand about recent happenings on this topic. Okay, now let us understand about the next topic for the day, which is geoglyphs. This topic is relevant for the UPSC prelims examination. Okay, so like UPSC may not ask a question related to this factual information on in the mains exam. So let us understand why geoglyphs were in news. Okay, recently a giant cat geoglyph was discovered on a hill at the famous Nazca Line site in Peru. Okay, so Peru is a country in South America. So what happened? A giant cat geoglyph was discovered on a hill at the famous Nazca Lines site in Peru, and the discovery and the heritage site. Okay, the lines were first discovered in 1927 and were declared as a World Heritage Site by the UNESCO in 1994. Okay, this Nazca Line, we are talking about Nazca Line. Okay, so Nazca Lines have been given the World Heritage Site tag by the UNESCO, United Nations, okay, educational, scientific and cultural organization. So this UNESCO has given the Nazca Lines a World Heritage Site tag. Okay, then we will understand about what do we mean by geoglyphs. Okay, what is geoglyphs? So geoglyphs are the large designs made on the ground by creators using elements of the landscape such as stones, gravel, dirt and lumber. Okay, so you can see here I have given an image for you. This particular image, you can see a very big hill over here. On the top of the hill you can see a cat type of structure. Okay, so the thing is, it is a kind of image that is made on a geological site, like it is made on a particular, you know, hilly terrain and all. So similar figures are found at various places in Europe and you know, South America. So the thing is, these are known as geoglyphs. Okay, what are geoglyphs? Once again, geoglyphs are the large designs made on the ground by creators using elements of landscape such as stones, gravel, dirt, lumber, etc. Okay, this is geoglyph. Now let us learn about the Nazca lines. Okay, that have been given the UNESCO World Heritage Site tag. Okay, these are a group of geoglyphs known for depictions of larger than life animals, plants and imaginary beings. Okay, so the thing is, geoglyphs are those kind of depictions that are larger than life animals. So you have seen, like on an entire hilly range, they have just drawn the, you know, image of a cat. So the thing is, in naturally, like when we talk about, you know, naturally, a cat is never of that size. Okay, that's why. So the thing is, like what are Nazca lines? These are a group of geoglyphs that are known for depictions of larger than life animals, plants and imaginary beings. These are believed to be the greatest known archaeological enigma owing to their size, continuity, nature and quality. Okay, the site is around 450 kilometers away from the capital Lima. Okay, Lima is the capital of Peru. Okay, it is drawn more than 2 millennia ago. Okay, like 2 million years ago or 2 millennia ago on the surface of southern Peru, Peru's arid Pampa, like Colorado. The geoglyphs feature different subjects but mainly plants and animals. Okay, so it mainly depicts plants and animals. The figures include pelicans, Andean condors and monkeys. Okay, so these are different kind of, you know, animals. You might not have heard about some of these animals. So if you want to learn about these animals, you can search on the Google and you'll get pictures of these animals. Then variety of geometric shapes such as triangles, trapezoids and spirals, and some have been associated with astronomical functions. Okay, so this is all about Nazca lines, this is all about geoglyphs. Okay, and if you want to learn more about this particular topic, you can follow this particular link from the Indian Express. Okay, now let us move to the next topic for the day. Okay, just allow me a minute. Okay, the slide is moving little slow, maybe some internet connectivity issues may be there. Okay, so next topic for the day is online justice delivery. We will understand about online justice delivery. This topic has been in news recently, okay, because of a verdict by the Supreme Court of India. Okay, so why it was in news? Because the Supreme Court of India has recently passed directions, okay, passed directions under Article 142 for all courts across the country to extensively use video conferencing and for delivering justice during the COVID-19. Okay, so Supreme Court has given directions under Article 142 to all courts across the country to extensively use video conferencing for justice delivery. So since Supreme Court has given directions under Article 142, so it is very important for us to understand Article 142. We will see like what Article 142 is all about and what powers does this article give to the Supreme Court of India. Okay, so Article 142 talks about the enforcement of decrees and orders of Supreme Court and unless as to the discovery, etc. Okay, so this is the headline of this particular article. It talks about enforcement of decrees and orders of the Supreme Court. Okay, now we will understand, okay, there are two clauses under this article. We will understand these two clauses one by one. Okay, so I'm going to read this particular article for you because it is directly taken from the Constitution of India and you should have some understanding about Article 142. It keeps on coming in news time and again. So let us see what the clause 1 of Article 142 talks about. The Supreme Court in the exercise of its jurisdiction may pass such decree or make such order as is necessary for doing complete justice, okay, for doing complete justice in any cause or matter pending before it, and any decree so passed or order so made shall be enforceable throughout the territory of India in such manner as may be prescribed by or under any law made by the parliament, and until provision in that behalf is so made in such manner as the president may by order prescribe. Okay, so as you can see, this particular clause 1 of article 142 gives a wide ranging power to the Supreme Court of India for doing complete justice, and in doing complete justice the Supreme Court of India can pass any order or any decree that will be enforceable throughout the territory of India. And the thing is, they will be, they will be subjected to the laws made by the parliament. And you should also be having understanding that the thing is, the Parliament of India can only increase the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court of India. It can never, reduce the jurisdictions of the Supreme Court of India or any other court for that, for the matter. So the thing is, the power of doing complete justice lies with the Supreme Court of India, and they can pass any decree or order that will be enforceable throughout the territory of India, and it is subjected to the laws made by the parliament. And until parliament makes any law, the president may pass such order that deals with the article 142 and all. So this was clause 1 of article 142. Now we will talk about clause 2 of article 142. Okay, so clause 2 talks about, subject to the provisions of any law made in this behalf by the parliament, the Supreme Court shall, as respects to the whole of the territory of India, have all and every power to make any order for the purpose of securing the attendance of any person, the discovery or production of any documents, or the investigation or punishment for any contempt of itself. Okay, so the thing is, second clause talks about all and every power of the Supreme Court of India to make any order for the purpose of securing the attendance of any person. Okay, attendance means Supreme Court may call any person to attend before itself. Okay, and the discovery or production of any document or investigation or punishment for the contempt of the court. Okay, so we may discuss about what do we mean by the contempt of court. So there are two types of contempts. Okay, one is known as civil contempt, another is known as criminal contempt, and they are they are regulated under some statutory laws that are there in place in India. So we will talk about these things in later. Okay, so I hope you understood about article 142. So article 142 gives wide ranging power to the Supreme Court of India for doing complete justice, and the orders or decree that are passed by the Supreme Court of India are enforceable throughout the territory of India. Okay, and they can pass they have all and every power, okay, to make any order for the purposes that I have discussed with you now. So having understood this particular topic, now let us go little detail about this particular online justice delivery. So it is a very important topic for the mains examination. Okay, so what are the advantages of online justice delivery? Okay, it will reduce the pendency of cases. Okay, so the thing is, what happened from 2006 to 2019, there has been 22% increase in the pendency of the cases in the lower courts, high courts and the Supreme Court. Okay, so overall there has been 22% increase in the pendency of the cases. Then it will enhance the efficiency of the courts. Okay, it will help in tackling infrastructural constraints. It will save huge investment cost of building, staff, security, etc. Okay, then it will lead to justice for all. Okay, it means accessibility, availability and affordability of justice from home. Okay, when online justice is delivered, so like it will ensure accessibility, availability and affordability of justice from home. Then it will also help in transparency and accountability of judiciary. Okay, so transparency and accountability of judiciary will increase, okay, through audio video recordings of the court proceedings. Then it will help in ease of doing business. Okay, thus it will boost to investments in India. These are the advantages of online justice delivery. Now, what are the challenges that we can face related to online justice delivery? One of the challenges, technological challenge. Second is lack of technological knowledge. Third, loss of personal connect. Then there may be digital divide. Okay, other issues may be cyber security threats. Then we may face threat to right to privacy. Okay, so we will discuss like these challenges in detail. What are technological challenges? Okay, there may be technological glitches during the proceedings of the courts. Okay, then internet connectivity issue, especially in rural areas. Okay, so if some proceedings are happening from any court in India, and if it is being attended by people like who are residing in the rural areas in India, so they will face internet connectivity issue. Okay, then apart from this, there may be lack of technical knowledge amongst the judicial staff and the judges. Then it may lead to loss of personal connect. Okay, like cyber threats and privacy issues may make victims uncomfortable. Okay, and apart from this, digital divide is another issue. Okay, justice may become distant for digitally excluded people. Okay, and apart from this, cyber security threats are associated with online justice delivery. Then there is threat to right to privacy. Okay, if there is absence of any data protection. Okay, so if data is not being protected properly, so there will be threat of right to privacy. So these are the challenges that we may face in online justice delivery. So apart from this, let us understand, okay, what are the recommendations by the Supreme Court of India. So Supreme Court of India has recommended that we can use the blockchain powered platform, okay, to ensure transparency and reduce cyber security threats. Then we can tap the artificial intelligence for fast tracking of pending cases. Apart from this, they have recommended that data privacy laws and rules can be used for making more clear and stringent laws. Okay, then what are way forwards? Online justice can be complementary option for speedy justice for all. It will help to protect fundamental human right of justice as enshrined in our constitution. Okay, so if you want to learn more about justice delivery and all, I have included a link of the Department of Justice from the Ministry of Law and Justice. Okay, you can follow this particular link to learn more about how we are delivering justice to the common masses in India. Okay, so that's all on this topic for the day. Thank you so much for attending this session. Okay, I hope you have a good day.